If your bot's suction is weak and he is not properly picking up debris, or if the app is showing a vacuum motor trouble message, the motor may be jammed and should be cleaned. Clean the vacuum motor's vent. You will need a cloth, a handheld or shop vacuum, and a soft surface to work on. Remove the dustbin by pressing the release button and pulling. Open the dustbin and clean it. Accumulation of too much dirt and dust into the dustbin is usually the reason it overflows into the vacuum motor's air pathway. Opening and cleaning the dustbin and filter regularly prevents this from happening. Flip the bot on a soft surface to protect his LiDAR. You will see the vacuum motor's vent with a rubber frame. Use a shop vacuum or handheld vacuum on high power to remove the dust clogging the vacuum motor vent. Once done, wipe any excess dust off of the rubber frame with a cloth. You can now perform a home checkup motor test to see if the issue has been resolved. To do so, install the clean dustbin back into the bot. Make sure your bot is not near stairs, objects, or delicate items, furniture, baseboards, or ledges, as his sensors are not working normally while in checkup mode, and he can fall off edges and run into objects. To put your bot in checkup mode, press and hold the Go, Charge, and Wi-Fi buttons simultaneously for a few seconds until the bot says,
Home checkup mode activated.
Press the Wi-Fi button until you hear,
Motors.
Lift your bot off the floor or hold him tight to secure his position, as he will move with force. When ready, press Go to begin test. The vacuum motor will pulse and blow air from the left rear vent for a few seconds, then it will stop. The mute indicator will light up on the screen to confirm the vacuum motor is working fine. Press the Go button to stop test. All motors stop working. If the test fails or if the bot still has weak suction power, you can try opening the bot and clearing his motor of debris that may have accumulated inside the motor's housing. You will need 2 Phillips head screwdrivers of different sizes, a cloth, a handheld or shop vacuum, and both a soft surface and a hard surface to work on. Before you begin, turn off your bot. Step 1. Remove the top of the bot. Remove the bot's dustbin and flip it upside down on a soft surface. Unscrew the 8 screws along the bumper wing. Remove the bumper wing and unscrew the 8 screws on the housing. Pull the bumper away from the bot's body to avoid breaking the bumper wing screw points while opening the housing. Then, on the opposite side of the bot, create space between the bot's body and casing, slowly separating them. Do this by carefully putting pressure in opposite directions on the tabs and casing until they separate. Don't fully separate the pieces just yet. Now flip the bot right side up. Start lifting the top slowly and cautiously. You will see wire harnesses connected to the top section. Before continuing, move the bot to a hard, static-free surface to avoid shocking the main board. You should also remember to periodically ground yourself by touching a grounded metal object when working with the inside of the bot. Once done, flip the bot right side up and disconnect these wires from the main board, leaving them on the casing and setting it aside. Some older bots have a bumper wire connected in the front. If this applies to your bot, disconnect this wire harness as well. Step 2. Clean the vacuum motor. Use a handheld vacuum or air pressure gun or spray and blow air into the vacuum motor. Remove debris from both the inner and outer holes of the vacuum motor. Once debris is cleared, wipe any excess dust off of the rubber frame with a cloth. Put the bot back together and perform a home checkup motor test to see if the issue has been resolved. If the test is not successful, you may need to replace the vacuum motor. Replace the vacuum motor. You will need a cloth, 2 Phillips head screwdrivers of different sizes, a new replacement vacuum motor compatible with your model, and both a soft surface and hard surface to work on. Important notes before you begin. Disconnect the power to your robotic vacuum before starting any work. Work in a clean, well-lit area to avoid losing small parts. Take photos at each step if you're unsure about reassembly. Step 1. Remove the bot's casing. Using the steps previously mentioned, take your bot apart. Step 2. Disconnect wire harnesses on the front of the mainboard. Before removing the mainboard, carefully disconnect all wire harnesses connected to it. Note that some connectors may have small latches that need to be pressed or squeezed. Step 3. Unscrew the mainboard. Locate the mainboard. The mainboard is a large circuit board with various components. Using your Phillips head screwdriver, carefully remove the 4 screws securing the mainboard to the bot. Disconnect the wire harnesses on the backside of the mainboard. Before removing the mainboard, carefully disconnect all wire harnesses connected to it. Note that some connectors may have small latches that need to be pressed or squeezed. Step 5. Remove the mainboard. Once all wire harnesses are disconnected, carefully lift and remove the mainboard. Step 6. Unscrew the vacuum pipe. Locate the vacuum pipe. It's usually a black, rounded component. Identify the 2 screws securing the pipe. Unscrew them using your Phillips head screwdriver. Step 7. Remove the vacuum pipe. Carefully detach the vacuum pipe and set it aside. Step 8. Remove the old vacuum motor. Identify the vacuum motor, which is often described as having a snail-like shape. Carefully remove the old vacuum motor from its casing. Step 9. Install the new vacuum motor. Take your new replacement vacuum motor and carefully insert it into the casing. Step 10. Reassemble in reverse order. Follow the steps in reverse order to reassemble your robotic vacuum. Reattach the vacuum pipe and screw it back in place. Note that when reinstalling the vacuum motor and vacuum pipe, the rubber casing must sit correctly both on the parts and in the bot's body. If either of these rubber pieces are not aligned well, they can create extra noise during cleaning. Reconnect all wire harnesses and reinstall the mainboard. Don't forget the wires connected to the bot's casing. You may refer to any photos you took earlier in the process. Close the bot's casing according to your vacuum's instructions. Once the bot is reassembled, you can turn him back on and perform a final home checkup motor test to make sure everything is working correctly. Your bot will be back to cleaning in no time. If you need further assistance with your bot's vacuum motor, please contact our helpful support team.